one prominent Republican is going against the party and conservatives to support a member of her family. Ileana Ros-Lehtinen was the first Hispanic woman elected to Congress when she won a seat in 1989. Now she's the first lawmaker with a transgender child, and she's appearing in new TV ads in both English and Spanish with her husband and their son.
Toda persona transgénero merece protecciones contra la discriminación. Family is about acceptance and love. All of our children should have the opportunity to work hard, earn a living, and take responsibility for their lives on the same terms as everyone else.
And joining me now from Capitol Hill is Republican Congresswoman Ileana Ros-Lehtinen of Florida, along with her son, Rodrigo Lehtinen. Thank you both for being with me. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Congressman, I want to start with you. When Rodrigo told you he was transgender, you didn't hesitate for a minute. You immediately showed your love toward him. What is it about your son that made that decision so easy for you?
Well, I don't want to sugarcoat it. I think you put a nice Mary Poppins tone to it. Actually, we were quite shocked, but of course, this message that we taped with SAVE is about love and acceptance. And Dexter and I understood that family is everything, and so we did not hesitate to accept Rigo. We loved him. He was born Amanda Michelle, now he's Rodrigo, but it's the same child with the same hopes and aspirations and dreams as any other child. And I hope that that message that we did with SAVE transcends all of that divisive rhetoric that we heard in the beginning of your spot with the protests and angry words. I want Rigo to have a safe environment. I want him to fulfill his dreams. And I think that's what every parent wants for their child.
Rodrigo, how difficult was that moment or those moments when you talked about this with your folks?
Well, I was very scared when I was first telling my parents that I was transgender. I've been very fortunate that my family is very loving, and were always clear with me that that love was unconditional. And yet our society is so hostile towards transgender people that I nevertheless was still terrified to tell them. I had even packed a bag and was ready to live outside the home in case I wasn't welcome back. I've been very fortunate that my parents were unequivocal. They said, we might have questions, we might not understand yet, but that doesn't mean you're not our child. Family is family no matter what. Unfortunately, that's uncommon. Almost 60% of transgender people are kicked out of their homes and rejected by their families, which is heartbreaking. So that's why we filmed this message with SAVE, so that more people like myself can be met with acceptance, met with love, and that no one is kicked out of their home.
We might still kick him out, but that's for other reasons. He's still not cleaning up his room. He might be 30, but he's still a slob.
Boy, that's a problem all parents have for all different reasons. Congressman, talk to me about when you hear your son say that he was so concerned that he actually packed a bag. Tell me how, as a mother, that feels when you hear that.
Well, I think that that's an important message for all parents, because maybe they're dealing with their child who's scared to come out as gay or lesbian or transgender, and just think of how that world is for Rodrigo and other people like him. And when you hear all of these bills that are being filed, and you think, wow, I'm going to be rejected at home, I'm going to be rejected, I'm going to lose my job, I'm not going to be safe at school. And that's what our SAVE message is all about. Yeah. It's love, acceptance, and family. And it's tough. It's tough for these individuals, whatever they are, to come out to their parents, even in non-judgmental environments. So it's a tough world, and anyone who thinks, oh yeah, you know, these guys are just trying to show off and that's not real, they're just playing around. Hey, this is real. Yeah. And as Rigo said, those statistics, Jose, those are alarming. Any parent should be worried about that.
Rodrigo, I want to take you to what your mother was just saying. You know, some opponents of LGBT rights use loaded words to describe trans people. They say, you know, they use child molesters and predators. First of all, how do you describe the community, and how does it make you feel when that's the discussion that a lot of people are having?
Well, the transgender community, we're really just people like anybody else. We're part of this community. We're people's neighbors, coworkers, family members. Every single transgender person is a part of someone's family. So that kind of divisive rhetoric is alarming, and it only serves to push us even further into the shadows. Bills like that make people like me even less safe, and it hurts our families as well. No parent wants to worry about their child's safety. No one wants to worry about being harassed or abused, or worry that their brother or sister is going to be harassed and abused. And those are really the consequences of that kind of rhetoric. And that's why we're here to say, you know, transgender people are just people. There's nothing to be scared of. And this message with SAVE is about just remembering, hey, family is family.
And both of you, as members of the Latino community, it's also important that you're doing this in Spanish as well.
That's right, because there's this belief that, like all stereotypes, is wrong, that the Hispanic community is less accepting of the LGBT community, and that they are going to be more hostile and they're going to be more violent. You know, the Hispanic community is like all communities. There's some good folks and some bad folks. That's got nothing to do with their ethnicity. But we want to build up a culture of acceptance and love and tolerance among all communities, and that's why this message in Espanol era muy importante.
I think it was muy importante, and I'm glad that you all did this in both languages. Congressman, I don't want to let you go because last time we spoke, you and I, in our Miami studios, I asked you if you would be supporting Trump if he became the Republican nominee, and you told me under no circumstances is he going to be the nominee. Let's go forward till today. Are you going to be supporting Donald Trump as a Republican nominee?
No, I'm not. And who would have ever thought when I did that interview that talking about having a transgender son would be more comfortable than saying I'm not going to support my Republican Party nominee, because I respect everybody's right to vote for whoever they want to vote for, and he is going to be the nominee. I'm not going to support him nor Hillary Clinton. I expected Jeb Bush to be our nominee. I expected Marco Rubio to be our nominee. That did not happen. I was with both of those at different times. But maybe I'll write in Marco Rubio's name because he did so well in my congressional district, and he really swept it. So
you will not be voting for Donald Trump at the polls.
I will not be voting. No. And now I want to talk more about having a transsexual son. More comfortable.
Well, listen, I appreciate both of you being with me. You guys are really, the message you're giving us is an important one. I am so happy that you're doing it in English and in Spanish. And thank you for being with me today.
Así es.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Jose.